So, day-to-day use of Autopilot and the Model S. I'm going to try out a new window mount I just got. And just dropped off the Gino at school. He goes afternoons yet. Vinny is in the morning. So, Autopilot on day-to-day use. Well, first we're heading over to, okay, they waved me on. First we're heading over to the post office before going home on this trip. Can't activate Autopilot yet, but I have traffic aware cruise control on. Now there is the yellow line it's trying to acquire. So, Autopilot's on. It is extremely windy out today. Maintaining 30, but it will not stop, at least with this version of the software, at stop signs. So disengage. Requiring the line. It's having a little trouble requiring this yellow line. There it is. Autopilot is activated. Now these are low-speed residential roads. Speed limit's 25 and 15 when children are present. Okay, now it lost the line. Detected the curb with the proximity sensor. And my camera just fell. Since there are no lines, now we have lines. And that guy almost went through a red light. Beautiful. Alright, now with a tilted camera, even though these lines are more faded than the yellow one was, it acquired it much more easily. However, it should panic right about here. Yep. It loses the line and on the uphill slightly. Reactivate. Lost the line. We're going into a curve, which you shouldn't be using it like that anyways. See if we can require with this line. It sees the curbside already, so it's allowing me to use. It just moved me all the way over to the curbside because that's what it can detect. And right now it's going to smash me right in. Oh no! The car braked. And turn into the Postal Service parking lot. Where I am going to run in, and I have a pretty good feeling that my camera's going to fall. And right now it thinks this Cadillac in front of me is a semi. Too far off. Get the mileage of a semi. So I'm going to shut the camera off. I'll be right back. Okay, we are done at the post office. It is time to head out. Love that blissful silence. These two dual small motors much quieter than the old. One thing I was able to work out though is when you're in range mode. Now cars do have torque sleep. However, with the torque sleep, let's see if we can get autopilot. With the torque sleep, I found it doesn't just disable the rear motor during cruising at freeway speeds. It actually disables it in general unless you really mash down on the pedal or need a lot of extra power, then it kicks it in. So just normal day-to-day driving like this, my rear motor is actually not even, nope, range mode's on, my rear motor is not even in use. Now autopilot can't see the lines, but it had locked on because it marked that Ford Exploder in blue, meaning that it had locked onto that vehicle and was using that vehicle in place of road line. So basically autopilot was following the other car. No, why are we doing 45? There we go. Let's see if it'll panic at this spot here. Nope, but there's another car on the side of me. It actually tried moving in. There's a point where the line was actually gone and the car actually tried moving over because it was on a curve and there's an object in the road. Let's move over. I'm trying to let autopilot do its thing. Let's see, no lines over here. Let's see if it'll lock onto that curb. The sonar is picking up the curb lip. I found the side sonar aims down more so, allowing it to detect objects closer on the ground, whereas the front sonars are more so aimed to detect objects in front. Now the rear, I found, is also aimed closer to the ground. Let's see, do we see the yellow lines yet? No, we don't. I'm surprised. These lines are much darker than those white ones over down the street that we just were on. Now it acquires, but it's a little late now because now we have a stop sign. As long as we're at it, why not just go for a little, let's go for a little drive. Minimum speed to, there we go. Okay, it lost the line, but it's got the curb, required the line and lost the curb. I lost everything, car's wandering blind, curbs required, lost the curb, wandering blind, proximity, nope. Now I got cars coming here. Traffic aware cruise control, just right now I'm flying with TACC, no autopilot. Alright, it actually slowed me down to avoid collision with the parked cars. Okay, autopilot's back, but now we are at a stop sign. Now I'm using this for something that is not currently supported technically by the firmware. Officially, autopilot is currently only supported on, say, freeway, not city or residential streets like this, although it does work. Let's see how long it takes to acquire this line. This one's almost a brand new line. It's taking quite a while. Potentially because we're aimed away from it on the curve. Alright, going straight. No, nothing. It sees the curb again. I'm actually extremely surprised how quick it's picking up the curb as compared to a, a nice bright yellow line sticking out. Alright, we lost everything. Curb required. Whoa, bumpy. Yeah, I forgot to put a dab of rubber cement on this. Alright, safety issue. We just crossed the line. Alright, no autopilot available yet. Hey, we're passing my boy's school. My 4K camera is, I think, just a little bit too heavy for these mounts. My old 1080p camera should be just right. Pedestrian go. Although the optical stabilization should be better with this camera. Okay, autopilot's back. Lost the left line, has the curb locked in. It's losing and then reacquiring the yellow line. Curb is not, okay, now it's locked curb with the, it's got the rear passenger side bumper sonar. Keeps locking the curb. Wandering a bit. This is a little worse than it was last week. Alright. I don't know if it may be the wind. We got 60 mile an hour winds today. Alright, line's gone. Everything's gone. Okay, line reacquired. Everything's gone. And nope, that was going to be a curb hit. Hello.
This is an important message regarding your current credit card account.
Really?
We've made several attempts to reach you. Your final courtesy call before we are unable to lower your credit card interest rate.
Telemarketers.
Press 1 to speak to the member services department, or press 2 and your eligibility to lower your rate.
See, requiring line. Nope. Lost
Good morning,
it.
card member services. How are you doing today?
Stop calling me! They love when I do that. Now this road is actually acquired the line perfectly over here. And it's doing a perfect job of keeping us centered in the lane. It does not see the curb over here at all in terms of a lock-on, but the sonar is picking it up. One thing I will note, though, is I drive this road every day. The other ones I do not. So I don't know if maybe the car was just trained a bit, because it is adaptive and it learns as you go. Now I would be turning here to go home, but might as well go around the block. Now let's see if it loses line here. No, it's got the line perfect. The curb keeps getting detected and then undetected, but the sonar on the back end is picking up the curb very well on a long range sense. Alright, now we just made one whole loop, disengage, come to a stop. Looks like my 1080p camera is going to be pulling double duty as a new window mount one. Alright, now, autopilot didn't lock on until last moment on this road before. Let's see if it'll lock on now going this way, which I can't see. Sometimes I don't see a rhyme or reason why it will lock onto a line or why it will not. I've seen some lines that are pretty substantial and it doesn't lock on. But locked on going this direction quite a bit easier than it did the other direction. But now it lost it and we're wandering. Alright. Locked on again. Now it's lost. And there's a car behind me getting impatient. Oh boy, a BMW. Guy talking on his phone. Let's see this way. Autopilot engaged. This is a straight road, so it should be fairly... It should do perfect on this one, I'd hope. And it found this line instantly, immediately, no problem. I might disengage. Alright, that's it for this drive. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to make a nice illegal U-turn. And I really hope I hit the record button. Let's see how fast it picks up the line. Now going this way, it's not seeing the line at all. Same line, just different direction. No sun shining in from either way. It's fairly cloudy out. There's not even really any shadows. There we go. Nope, lost it. Had it, lost it. Had it, lost it. And nope. Alright, let's turn down my street. My house in the middle of the street. Now, my street does not have any lines, and trust me, I'm tempted to come out in the middle of the night with a bucket of white paint or yellow paint and paint some lines here. And we have these nice sloped curbs, so while the sonar does detect, it does not lock onto them. No matter how many times I drive up and down my street, there's nothing. Now, the only time I was able to get Autopilot to work on my street was when brain fart here. Come on, nobody's taking that Honda Spree frame that I put out. God, people are slacking. A free scooter frame and nobody's taking it, even for scrap. Wow. So, nothing on my street. No lines, nothing for it to lock onto. So the only time it locks on is when there is a car for Autopilot to follow. I'm feeling lazy. I don't want to park it myself in the garage. So, let's line her up, grab my fob, let's just summon it into the garage. So the car is now parking itself with me in it. She's lining up. And as that is all. It was off a little bit though. I don't think I'll be able to close the garage door. So I guess I didn't line it up well enough. I don't have much room yet. I got tons of stuff I gotta sell yet. I'm trying to sell all my junk in my garage. So there we go. That's it for this ride. Much more to come. I'm glad my mounts are working here. I will have to do the next test with my 1080p camera. This one's just a little too heavy. This camera weighs like 4 pounds. My 1080p camera weighs like half a pound.
Daddy, look at that's too height. Alright. Nice.
So, how was school today?
Me too.
Yeah, how was school today? Tell me.
Me. No, me.
Yes, Gene, tell me.
I had to go to school today. But there's a cloud wave.
Did you make this?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
I need to see.
your G's backwards.
What?
It's backwards.
No.
Yes, it's wrong. The G is wrong. It's the other way. There you go.
Can I see
Yes.
how to backwards?
Mm-hmm.
Or backwards?
Yeah. What did you do at school? What? You did. Good try, but you put your G backwards. Yes.
I did G.
You did it backwards. It's wrong.
Backwards?
Yeah.
G-E-N-O?
Yeah.
Nice? Okay. School bus. Where's the people son truck?
Huh?
Hey, look!
Mm.
What are you doing? We're going to the house.
I have to drop something off for Grandpa.
Do you see Grandpa? Where's Grandpa? Right here. She's swallow a pot. Swallow a pot.
All right, time to go home.
Eat pizza. Eat pizza.
Do you want to eat pizza?
Sure.
Sure.
I was speaking meatballs.
I'm an adamant defender of the market, as you know. And I also don't believe that when people raise prices when their product is in demand, that they're gouging. If there's a snowstorm and you're running out of snow blowers, I raised the price on my snow blowers in the store. It's not my fault that people waited until it snowed to buy a snow blower. I know that if there was no snow all winter, I'd have to lower my prices to move any of the blasting. I don't think that that's gouging at all. Also, with regard to the drug companies, on drug companies, if pharmaceutical companies can charge significant money for their breakthrough drugs, they have no incentive on spending. Pharmaceutical companies are set up as profit. Asthma drug or this hepatitis drug or whatever, all that money that's being spent researching this and going, stopping and starting and trying to get something going, it's done in hopes that you might find one or two that actually work. And you need to recoup all of the R&D that you spend on all of these other drugs with the ones that you have. You also have only a brief period of time. The drug remains under patent for a number of years. Once it goes generic, the price crashes because anybody can then take your formula and resell it under as their own product. So you've got to be able to make money off of it while the product has value, or we won't have any demand for pharmacy. Having said this, I think Valiant is a despicable company. Valiant is security out. They don't develop new drugs. They buy somebody else's drugs. They buy a drug brand that somebody else weighing on. And then they just go in and drive the price to the book. The free market and capitalism still requires that people act with morality. I'll use an analogy. What a surprise, I'm using an analogy. Well, I believe in the free market. Let's suppose I come across somebody who keels over on the side of the road. And he desperately says to me, you've got to call 911. I think I'm having a heart attack. The free market would say, I'll do it. You got to give me $10. That's the free market. And raising the price. Yeah, you ought to be able to charge whatever you can get for your product. How do you grow your profits the next year? You have 1 year's worth of growth, you're not a significant amount of money. But because your price is so high, competitors work even harder to come up with an alternative to your drug. You have no ability to grow your tremendous growth prospects that this hedge fund manager started to sell you, I guess it doesn't have. Making all this money out are losing their but this does seem to be a case of karma. 359 News Talk of WYSF. Circuit Court Judge Michelle Hollis has spent nearly 3 decades working for safer communities. She built her career really making a difference. Starting out as a part-timer in the Oak Creek Police Department, Judge Hollis later moved to the probation and parole officer and spent 12 years as an assistant DA, working with at-risk children. As a judge, she was a key force for making our communities safer. Trust her with your vote on April 5th.
Paid for by citizens for Judge Michelle Hollis, Unit 2, Treasurer. I'm a proud Milwaukee County native. My parents brought me and my siblings up to
every step of the way.
Really? Oh my goodness.
Don't miss this announcement. I'm Jay Weber, and my good friends the Calls are It's an amazing story, and it's all-inclusive tour following their footsteps from Omaha Beach to the Valley of and all the way to Hitler's Eagles Nest. And the trip includes a special bonus visit to Oktoberfest in Munich. Famous stories. You'll also hear the larger story of how all
all the branches combined to win the war, and you'll get a nice look at post-war Europe from the at 1-800-383-3131. And hurry, only 38 people can go. That's 1-800-383-3131 or visit cruise-tour.com.
I'm Les, introducing Granite Plus. Renovating my Milwaukee Metro home, I got a quote from a local stone countertop fabricator. Or one who thought they found a sucker. A second and a third quote, crazily, were all within the margin of error of the first. Having moved from Chicagoland, I called the company there. Over the phone, the base price was significantly lower. They drove up, measured, quoted, and installed, saving me thousands of dollars. Wisconsinites, you can overpay for granite, quartz, marble, and solid surface, fabrication, and installation, or you can hire Granite Plus. No one has more capable or experienced, fastidiously attentive to detail, stone crafting artisans, and I personally guarantee no other Wisconsin stone fabricator is as hungry or motivated to earn your business with fastidious attention to quality and industry price fix busting, material cost, fabrication, and installation pricing. Granite Plus stone equals less cost. GranitePlusUSA.com.
Use the iHeartRadio app on your mobile device and get access to the latest political news from the 24/7 network, plus tons of podcasts about politics. The iHeartRadio app helps who's being picked for president. It's 11:30 WISN, Mark Relling, late afternoon show. But a lot of things I can get into yet. This controversy. Unavoidable oil anti-seizure bill. See we're not passing, you know? I want to get to that. And tie it into another development in the news this week. The state Senate did pass yesterday. Earlier task is sending out goes to the governor for his signature. It's a bill from Representative Samantha Kirkman and Senator Van Wonkard that toughens penalties for people who secretly tape individuals, particularly minors, in locker rooms. This has become a problem, as you know. We've heard a number of stories about people putting up a camera, which obviously can be very, very tiny, in a locker room or a restroom or a place like that, in order to videotape people that are in there. There was a big story at the Pleasant Prairie Recplex. Pleasant Prairie is the big community in western Kenosha County, where a number of people were spotted by somebody who put up one of these cameras. Anyway, the bill increases penalties for people who do this. In the past, it could have simply been a Class B misdemeanor. It now turns it into a felony. The bill is fine, and it's a good idea. But here's the thing. In and of itself, the bill accomplishes nothing. I support the bill, and I support the sponsors. But notice what I said. I said in and of itself, the bill accomplishes nothing. The fact that you can charge someone with a felony for doing something now, that's good. But it doesn't mean any prosecutor will do it, and it doesn't mean that a judge won't convict on it. We've been talking about all of the bomb threats at high schools in southeastern Wisconsin. We have the ability to punish those offenders harshly. The laws in the books are fine. What we don't have is the prosecutors who are willing to wave these people into adult court and turn them into adult felons. Having the law is necessary, and this law here with regard to the peeping toms is a good law. I question, however, whether or not the district attorneys, who just have a hard time turning people who do these types of crimes into felons, are going to be willing to use it. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But understand that passing laws is only the first step in doing something about a problem. You then have to use the laws and use the punishment that is available in the law, which we're often not willing to do. I talked at the beginning of the program, a long segment here, on rationalization, and people wanted to believe in all of this.